on YouTube. I'm pulling up the hub to watch the videos. I'm there. I've been there every step of the way. I'm just broke, so I ain't do no Patreon. I don't need them early and ad
Fair enough.
free. I'll watch the ads. It's all right. I just had to
Hmm.
get that out the way, just like I did with TBH. I had to get out the way, bro, because this is gonna. I'm gonna be doing a
Hey,
lot of shit.
I appreciate
I am
I appreciate
subscribed as well. I don't know about the hub part, but yeah,
that.
I am not. I'm happy, man. Nice to have
No,
you
I
on the
I,
appreciate that. I
to have you
appreciate
on the
that. I
pod.
mean, I pay for a lot of burner accounts, about like 497,000 of them, but I appreciate the 3,000 genuine ones. So it means a lot.
Jesus Christ.
I just want you to know, Damo, we were live when everybody saw you on your knees.
hey,
Um,
that's fine. I won't wipe
Turn the
my
chain
mouth.
off.
It's okay. I won't wipe my mouth either. I don't care.
Oh, wait a minute.
this
I
is
don't
Wait,
this
care.
is
what?
Wait a
And
minute.
I'm a proud fan. I don't care what nobody's listen. I've already warned niggas in
I know.
Discord. I let people know already. Listen, I've waited for this. I manifested this for a while. Listen, dreams come true. I planted the seeds for this ages ago.
Well, there
okay.
it is. There it is.
There. Ladies and gentlemen, um, welcome back to another episode, a special episode of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, the only podcast where apparently we are proud to be on our knees. Yay!
I have Dr.
Um,
J knee pads on right now.
this is insane.
Brother,
Um,
you're crazy.
you see that B Souls isn't with us today. He's feeling a little under the weather, but that is okay. We didn't replace him, but we have somebody here special with us. The one, the only, Chiseled Adonis. Chiseled Adonis, how you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm happy to be here. And for those of you who don't know, get familiar. I am the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the chiseled Adonis. Yes, I'm happy to be here. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Mm.
I need to get one of those, a fire
Good night.
intro. Damo, how you doing today?
I am fucking magnificent. Magnificent. I can't even compete. How do you compete with that? I'm magnificent.
Yo, this
I've,
nigga's nasty.
I've heard that intro for years, nigga. I am fucking on cloud nine right now.
Sage, how are you doing today?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. Not as much as Damo, though, bro. God. I'm good. I'm good.
And I'm doing fantastic. Listen, if you're new to this and you want to be true to this, make sure you hit that join button. That join button gets you into the Discord. The Discord gets you into the debauchery. Earlier we watched the And One mixtape 30 for 30. And then right after that, we had yet another sex ed class. Don't know what we're doing in there, but we're saving lives apparently. Make sure you do that. Hey, if you clip anything from this stream, make sure you hashtag LKIAB. And last but not least, this right here is a super chat. Your boy Phil
disgusting
says, Chiseled Adonis in the building. Question for Damo and Sage. How do you feel about Nick Folk?
Fuck Nick Folk.
Fact.
Fucking Nick Folk. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Sage, how you feel
Retweet.
about Nick Folk?
Retweet? Yeah. I
Okay.
don't even care about bro like that.
This is crazy. An all black pod. Listen, we will stop everything that we are doing in order to read your super chat, no matter what you say. It can be as controversial as possible. I want to start it off this way. Chiseled Adonis, you tweet Adonis?
Yeah. Go by
Chiseled?
Adonis. Yeah, you can call that Adonis works.
Donis. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Donis. First of all, you
Adonis.
tweeted
Yeah, Adonis. Yeah, gotcha.
Adonis.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing. But you tweeted out that you wanted to do some like podcasting and stuff. Is there a specific mission that you have?
Mission regarding podcasting.
Like going on people's podcasting, accepting invitations. Is there a message that you want to get out there? I just want to.
No, I'm just a man of the people. So I mean, somebody got a podcast, and they're like, "Hey, man, you want to come on the podcast?" I pull up.
What
Okay.
can I ask what happened to the pod that you had? I want to say maybe a year and a half ago. I want to say you and the other gentleman, forget his name. I was into that shit. I 5-6 episodes deep, loving it. What happened with that?
Oh, life happened. See, he made a transition, not of gender, but he made a transition from comedy to credit.
Mm.
So he changed his profession. So since that
Mhm.
happened, he got bombarded with a lot of work at the time.
Mhm.
So then I think we had a window to where we could have kept this sweet but then we couldn't really hit that window. So at that point, we like, yeah, we kind of. I don't want to say it's disbanded. Maybe later in life we might revisit it. But at the moment, there's our schedules. They just don't line up.
He started fixing people's credit.
Yeah. He actually scaled his business in a year. He went from $0 and his business doing 6 figures now. So I mean, hey, the brother winning. The brother winning. I got his bank account information, so I'm winning too. But whatever, we're not talking about that.
Shit.
For those that don't know, and I we have some people that don't know, so just inform them. Tell us a little bit about what you do, what your niche is, and what makes you so bannable.
Well, first and foremost, I do comedy and all kinds of content creation. Now, what makes me so bannable, I guess, is it's I don't want to say it's raw, but it's kind of that's probably what it is. I kind of say anything. There's no filter that exists there. I don't believe in editing things that need to be said. First thing that come off my mind, I say it. There's no hesitation. I just say it. So that's probably what leads to my content being bannable. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything. I just make videos on literally anything and everything.
What's the last platform that you got banned from?
The most actually TikTok. They took my third TikTok down. What was this, last month? And then I got booted from Pornhub for the second time. So I think it was
second.
Yeah. I had two Pornhub accounts that was taken down. But yeah, I think it's either Pornhub or TikTok. I think they both happened on the same day. I can't recall.
Oh my god!
I gotta ask. Okay, ignore the first time. How did you get banned from Pornhub the second time?
Well, it was kind of just the same thing. Evidently, you can't be a porn star who don't do porn. So I was just posting like the same, the videos over there. What's funny about it was the whole reason why I ended up posting content on Pornhub is because I watched Avengers Infinity War on Pornhub for my second rewatch because I was going to pay money to go to the theaters, but I didn't have much time. So when I typed in, Avengers Infinity War, watch for free or whatever, the fourth link was a Pornhub link. So I'm like, okay. It's kind of weird. Hopefully, I'm not watching the wrong version of Avengers. It was a full movie. So I watched it on Pornhub, and it gave me an idea. The light bulb went off. I said, yo, what if I post my videos on Pornhub and become a porn star who don't do porn? And I was getting blocked already from Facebook and everything like that. So I went to Pornhub, and evidently you can't post, your own videos on Pornhub now. Because I think there was somebody who was underage, but then kind of lied about it. So they started, seriously vetting people's videos. So since that was the case, they ended up taking me off. But I made like $292 from Pornhub in my lifespan on there. So am I considered a porn star? I got paid like one.
I'd say enough. I'd say enough. Yeah, you were a whore.
Yeah, pretty much. I wasn't showing no ass for no cash, but I was definitely talking about it.
Made more than me, so you definitely made it. I ain't gonna lie.
What I say?
You were getting some traction, like people were actually finding your stuff on Pornhub and watching your stuff?
I had half a million views on there. Damn, Damo done lift his hand. But yeah, I had half a million views on there. I think I had like 1,400 subs. The goal was to get to 50,000 because once you pass 50,000 subscribers on Pornhub, they have to give you a custom jacket and acknowledge you as a verified porn star. So since that was the case, I'm like, yo, let me try to, encourage people to go ahead over there and just subscribe. I don't care if you watch, but just go ahead and subscribe. Get me a situation where they got to send me a jacket. They can't now break their rules when I pass that threshold. But unfortunately, they didn't give me the boot, before I could even get there.
I go stupid with a Pornhub jacket. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I wear that everywhere. I go to
Can I ask, what was the process of you being banned on LinkedIn? Is that what you was banned on LinkedIn?
No. It was on Linktree. I got banned on Linktree. And I can't even tell you the process because I had no clue.
Hold on, y'all.
Somebody had commented on one of my videos and then just said, "Yo, you banned on Linktree, right?" What you talking about? My link in my bio is Linktree. So I clicked on Linktree and it said this user's been banned. I'm like, the fuck going on here? This don't make no sense. How you get banned on Linktree? All you do is put up links. That's how I knew somebody got it out for me.
That's crazy. The most bannable man in the world. I've never, when he posted it, it didn't dawn on me how crazy it is to be banned on there. And then he went through the process. I'm like, what? The Pornhub thing as crazy as it is, makes sense, reasonable. You can't be posting any content on Pornhub. Fair. Linktree, crazy. Crazy.
It's literally just links. Like you just putting links up there. You mean to tell me it's like if I got banned on like Quora or something like that, and it's just a bunch of like all I'm doing is just posting, inspirational quotes. Yeah, we don't like this guy. What he got to say? Get him the hell up out of here. Like it's crazy.
Are they giving you reasons as to why you're getting banned though?
No, it's as vague as possible. Like they'll just say, "Hey, you violated our community guidelines." All right, cool. What's your community guidelines? Well, it's this long list of things. All right, can you tell me specifically what it is? Think about like, so let's say you got pulled over, right? And the cop said, "Yo, you violated one of the traffic laws," and they handed you a ticket. You look at the ticket and it says violated traffic law. All right, which one did I violate? One of the traffic laws. So now y'all both looking at each other. It turned into like rush hour when they were talking like, "Oh, you, me, you." So that's the kind of situation that I'm in with all of these different places on the internet. Like, there's no actual explanation as to why they banned me. It's just, yo, you banned now, fam, and that's the way they roll with it.
We already
That's
got some
tough.
super chats coming in. Black and Brown Films was fire. Missed that channel too, Adonis. Also, what is your Game 6 prediction tonight?
Oh, Game 6, Clay gonna go off, and then Warriors are winning tonight. Now, granted, Draymond did talk in the media, kind of, overlooked the Celtics, talking about they ain't no LeBron, which he's not wrong, but they might use that as motivations. But if it's a closeout game in the finals, if you needed added motivation, I think something wrong with you. But I'm pretty sure the Warriors are not gonna go back to San Francisco. They're gonna take care of business tonight.
I agree. It's if they can't beat if the Celtics can't beat the Golden State Warriors like when Steph has a bad game, I don't know what they're doing. Like I don't yeah.
It's too ugly. It's too ugly for Boston Celtics and 7. Y'all looking. Hell nah, you ain't beating them twice, bro. Hell nah.
Listen, y'all know my motto, man. If the Warriors didn't win in 5, if they don't win in 5, I'm taking the Celtics at all times. Warriors didn't win in 5. So Celtics in 6 was the saying. Obviously, that can't be the case now. Celtics in 7. I'm riding with the boys.
You don't even believe that. You just thinking.
I don't believe that. I'm just not betting the Warriors. I'm just not rooting for the Warriors. I don't believe it.
Trying to
I
get
don't
people
believe
engaged
it.
with you.
I
What's
don't
wrong?
believe it.
He gonna say Celtics in 7, and then he actually gonna put all his money on the Warriors.
I knew it. Yeah, I bet.
He's not going for it, man.
Let me read one more before we get into the real questions. Damo's dog says, "OMG, OMG, OMG, Chiseled Adonis. I'll bite the mess out of you if I wasn't in this cage. I love you. Hey, yo, Pops. I'm kind of hungry and I'm tired of chew toys and all that."
Oh man,
That's Damo's dog. Damo's dog.
Bite me? What do they mean by bite me? What?
You
That,
don't
like,
want to
that's
know.
Pokemon?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know what they mean.
Bite me.
Let's get into the real questions. Where are they? First of all, how did you get started into this niche, this industry that you're in? I guess comedy. Like, what made you get into comedy and start taking it seriously?
Well, I was in college. I was playing football, and then I realized that wasn't gonna work out. I wasn't gonna make it to the league. So what ended up happening was my business law professor actually had pulled me to the side in class. He said, "Yo, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "What you talking about? I'm not even failing your class. Why you gonna talk? Why you gonna disrespect me like that in class?" But he's like, "Nah, you should." And he ran down a list of different entertaining things that I did throughout the semester that I had no clue that I did, because I'm one of them subtly funny kind of guys. Like, I'm naturally funny. I don't think about it. I don't gotta try to make people laugh. They just laugh, and I look at them like, "Yo, something wrong with you." But he told me, "Yo, you're a funny guy. You should go back to your room and really think about entering the entertainment business." So I'm like, okay. So I sat there, and then I had did a life reflection on everything, and then I happened to see the one conduit throughout my life was that I was funny. So I made a decision right there. Switched my degree from a 4-year to a 2-year. Graduated with my associates. I only had a semester left to go. Got up out of there, and then worked for a whole year. But I knew that I was saving all my money to go into comedy. I started in stand up, but then when I was like a month in, and I had noticed when you first start in stand up, you're not performing in front of, the max is maybe 50 on a very good night if you happen to get booked on a show with somebody else who's already, relatively known, or people bring a lot of people. So I was thinking about like, yo, wait a minute, what if I did this online thing? And initially I wasn't even going to get on the internet because I thought it was kind of hacky in a sense, because you're not really talking to anybody. It's just you and a camera. But it was one particular day I was driving to the gym. It started raining. Nobody on the road knew how to drive no more. Like, we going 10 miles per hour. It's drizzling outside. It don't make sense. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to record myself in real time in a rant. 2.5 minutes, posted it on Facebook. Woke up the next day, it had 1,000 views. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. that I ain't never had this much eyes. I ain't really post on social media like that. So I said, all right, let me give this a shot. And here, 6 years later, just passed 500,000 2 days ago.
Hey, congratulations on 500K, 500K, 500K,
Hey, it's
500K.
a big one, boy.
So with that being said, if you had to start over, and for anybody that's aspiring to do this, would you suggest that they just go straight to social media or try stand up?
I would say do both. Definitely, if you're trying to get into comedy, definitely do stand up as you're doing, the content creation. Because when the creation blows up, and when it does, because if you stay consistent and you have a good, good videos that you put out there, or you truly believe in what it is that you're doing, it'll take a lot of time, or it could be a short amount of time. And when you do blow up and you want to do stand up, you don't want to have a situation where now you got the demand but you ain't ready yet. Like Haha Davis, he had, I think he had gotten to 1 million followers before he ever did stand up once. And he told the story, I think it was on the Breakfast Club. His first time ever doing stand up was in front of 4,000 people, and he bombed. He did terrible. Like, motherfucker, I don't know if they was booing. He said they was booing. I don't know if he was, trying kind of embellishing the
Nervous or
story.
whatever.
But you don't want to be in a situation where, hey, you want to do stand up. Stand up is your end game, and then now you built up all these followers, and you get in front of strangers with a small sprinkle of your following in there, and they don't find you funny. The people will turn on you. It's a terrible business if you're not ready. So I definitely suggest, if you go and do the content creation and and you want to get into stand up, do both at the same time and just build yourself up. Like Rennie, he did it the right way.
I'm not gonna lie,
Um,
man. I'm kind of glad I bombed when I did. Kind of it's crazy listening to him talk about his growth and his journey. How he's just naturally funny. I've heard a lot of the same things about myself, so it's pretty. I you can see the influence
So
there. It's crazy.
nasty.
It's great. I'm just
He's so
crazy.
nasty.
Yeah,
Heard a lot of the
super,
same things.
super,
Yeah, just
super
like-
duper nasty. So one, are you gonna do? I'm assuming you don't do it now, but are you gonna get back into stand up? And I got to know your worst stand up story, your worst experience doing stand up.
Okay. Am I gonna get back into it? Yeah. The goal was this summer I was gonna, go heavy back into it, but I got a lot of different things. Like I kind of didn't expect, because I knew social media and YouTube, it was gonna get big while I was doing it, because I actually really enjoy what it is that I do. So I do it more for me than for the people, because you kind of gotta love your craft if you really want to go somewhere. Like, you can fake it for a very long time, but if you truly love this shit and it starts growing, then you try to take as many opportunities as it, has coming. So, but with stand up, I'm going to try to get, back into it heavy, because right before the pandemic, I was going to go full swing into it. And then obviously the world shut down. So I just focused heavily on social media, and then social media started growing like crazy. So, but I do have my connect still from when I was doing it. So I'm going to get deeper into it as the year continues. But I'd have to say the worst stand up story that I had was I was doing a small show, a small intimate show in New York. It was at New York Comedy Club. I forget what the address was, but I'll never forget this. So I'm getting on stage. I think I wasn't the feature, but I was on the lineup, right? So then still nobody knew who I was. So we start the show. It's like maybe 14 some people that's in there. Somebody goes before me, bombs. They do terrible. I can't remember who the headliner was, but the people actually really showed up just for the headline. So while this person is bombing, they just got the light. So they really only got about, I think it's a minute or 2 minutes remaining on their set. And I'm getting ready to go up. I think there was a group of 10 people who all came together. Mind you, it's like 13, 14, 15 people that's inside here. They all got up and walked out. And while they were walking out, they were talking about, yeah, we just going to come back in for the headline. I'm standing as they walking past me, getting ready to go back on stage. So about 66% of the audience just dipped. So now it's just me and 5 people. So now I get on stage. These 5 people here, they listening to me, and I'm starting. This like, I think I'm 6 months in, so I'm starting to set, and I like to do a little bit of crowd work, do a little bit of back and forth. One dude gets up, goes to the bathroom. We down to 4. Somebody phone ring. They ring is still on. They get up, they go outside to go take the phone call. We down to 3. So now it's me, 3 people, the producer, the other comedians that's waiting to go up, and I'm doing my stuff, but I'm panicking right now because ain't nobody here. There's one other person just sitting there. They staring at me. They looking at the door. They staring at me. They looking at the door. I'm in the middle of doing my joke. And I'm looking at this dude like, yo, he about to get up. And I'm having a conversation with myself in the middle of me trying to tell this joke here. Son get up and he walk out. So now I'm like, yo, we down to two. This crazy. So now I gotta acknowledge the elephant in the room. It's like, yo, it's really just the three of us right now. One of the funniest moments of my life. He looked at me and said, "It's just one now," and got up and walked out. I said, "Wait a minute." So it's me and one person. So, I have a high level of self-esteem. I got a high level of self-esteem, but at that point, I ain't never felt so embarrassed in my life. So, homie, who's sitting there looking around like, yo, I'm the last one here. So it kind of reminded me of that old joke that they had in the video on Facebook when somebody when there was a ding, people would just stand up, and then after about like 10 minutes, everybody got conditioned of when it dings, you're supposed to stand up. So last person who's standing there like, yo, everybody else left, I might as well just leave too. So I'm dead standing on stage by myself, no audience. I still got 2.5 minutes left. It's just me and the producer. And I'm looking at him, he looking at me. And I'm like, yo, there ain't no way you can leave. You the fucking producer of the doggone show or whatever. So I'm standing on stage for like 2.5 minutes. I'm still trying to do my song. At one point, it's like nobody's here. So the last minute is just straight up silence. I'm standing there like Will Smith on the last episode of Fresh Prince, staring at the abyss of darkness. And then once he was like, once I saw him put up the light, I put the mic down. I walked out. I ain't talked to nobody for like a week, bro. That was the lowest point in stand up ever in my life.
Nah, that shit. Hell no.
That's crazy.
Hey,
Hell-
shout out to
hell
Crazy
nah.
Banana for the 100. He says verified porn star jacket is wild. Nah, that's did they funnel back in when the main act like it was time for them to perform?
Yeah, when I came outside, it's like the 10 people were just standing there. Like the feature comedian started going up, and then 2 of them ended up going back inside. The one dude who stared at me and said, "It's only one now." He walked back inside. I wanted to punch this dude in the damn jaws, but I'm like, yeah, I can't fight him now because I ain't got no bail money, and he white. I'm going to jail. I'm fit the description color. It's a wrap for me.
You definitely can't do that.
That's a crazy story.
No, that's absolutely insane. Let's get into a couple of questions. What's the most misunderstood thing about you?
The most misunderstood thing about me. That's a great question. What is the most misunderstood? Oh, probably my net worth. You Google me, it changes every day. Like couple years ago, I think it was last year, it said 1.7 million. This time around, I think it's like 800, something like that. I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money. So,
Oh my gosh.
so I guess that's low hanging fruit, but the boy ain't got no bread. So, I guess that maybe.
I see.
I have to think about something else.
see a lot of money over here.
See,
You
Yeah,
think
I don't know.
has there been a report that's like accurate though to the net worth?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Like
Just lying about how much you make.
overshooting it. Like I look at it like I think the money that they think I have is probably, what I would have had if I never had like copyrights or anything of that nature. Then that's probably what I would have been sitting on, but I ain't got it. I can't tell you how many people send me links of they GoFundMe. I'll be looking at them like, yo, I need a GoFundMe. I don't know why you thought how I'm gonna donate nothing. We both about to be standing here while your father dying of cancer. I'm sorry, but what you want me to do? I can't do nothing, fella. I'm sorry.
Ben told people I started GoFundMe. I'm scamming you. I started GoFundMe. I'm lying my ass off. I didn't get shot. My mom is okay. Grandma's fine. Sister ain't got no disease. I'm scamming you. Don't ever donate to my GoFundMe, bro. I'm gonna rob you.
So
I'm gonna fucking rob you.
So let me ask you this. I know a running bit would be the professional stay-at-home son. As someone who just officially turned pro at becoming a stay-at-home son, officially became pro at it. Any tips for the people out there, the amateur stay-at-home sons that's about to make that pro league?
Well, for one, make sure them corners is clean. Make sure the mail gets inside
Oh my
at all
God.
time. And when the food is ready, and everybody done ate, clean the damn dishes. Don't leave no dishes over there. Your mom come home, your dad come home, your siblings happen to be around. Make sure everybody is good. You are the bitch of the family, and make sure that everybody knows you are happy with being the bitch.
Oh wow.
Great advice. I ain't gonna lie.
That's facts. I ain't gonna
That's
lie.
great advice. Great advice.
Hey, how do you feel about Country Wayne? I know that's like, how do you feel about Country Wayne?
I like his stuff. I think it's gotten to a point now where he's gotten so big, so he doesn't necessarily have to try as much as he did before. But he made it work. He certainly made it work. He's expanding. He's growing. He's got a ton of people who still, mess around and tune in. If not, it's a larger audience now than it was before. His stand-up stuff, not so much. I'm not really that much into it, but with the videos, it's kind of like I think he's just coasting right now
Mm-hmm.
with what he got going. I think he's coasting. Like, it
So-
works for people who are really big fans of him, but like new people who are trying to get into it, I don't know.
So Omar, I mean, I feel like I know where you're going with this. Maybe I don't, but I
you
don't think
know,
Country
maybe.
Wayne's that funny.
Here
I don't
we
think Country Wayne's
go.
that funny. I don't. I've never been a big Country Wayne guy. What made you bring up Country Wayne, Omar?
Well, no, because Country Wayne, I listened to some of his stuff about how much money he makes and his outlook on it, and I didn't realize how big he was on Facebook. And Facebook is like a platform that a lot of people just don't even
Think about.
dive deep into. Yeah, but Country Wayne is very interesting. I wanted to know because my real question is, how do you feel about Desi Banks and Drewski, but more specifically Desi Banks?
With Drewski, to be honest with you, I don't find.
Oh
Drewski
no, that's
funny.
crazy. That's crazy. Oh, you don't find Drewski funny?
I don't find
Damn.
Drewski fun. With Desi Banks, it works for a certain demographic. So I guess for that, all right. Same thing with Drewski for a second, but with Drew, I just don't find him. I think he's funny to look at. I think more people laugh at him than they do with him.
With him,
But it's. I never found him funny. Like, I feel like he one of them industry plants. I ain't hating on the brother. Get what you got, get it how you live. But it just feel weird to me.
Okay, I can understand that. Which do you think that you think Desi Banks is funny?
He's a hit and miss. I think he's a hit and miss. I
He
think
used to be
what's
funny.
that character that he is it
Parlay or
yeah, something like that. Like, because with the skits and everything, I guess if you grew up in that environment or you used to seeing that kind of stuff, but it feels very repetitive in a sense with the skits. Like, anybody who's making skits, you got to constantly, like RDC, they do different things, so you don't feel like you constantly, like, it's very stale or whatever. But with Desi, sometimes it's a hit and miss. You never know. Like, you'll be looking at something like, yo, I've seen this. I feel like I've seen this 3-4 times before, but other people laughing, so I'm a laugh too. And then with Drewski, I never was able to, I never found homie funny. I ain't gonna be that person in the comments say you're not funny. I just don't. I never been into it.
then this definitely gets me into my next one. If you had to rank, I'm gonna call this social media comedy, specifically Black social media comedy, though, because I think that's like its own niche. I don't know white creators that be doing the same thing. So, but social media comedy, that Kyle guy, Drewski, Desi
Kyle
Banks,
guy is
Country,
great.
yeah, that Kyle, the bigger light skinned dude that
I know
people
you're
say look
talking
like,
about.
yeah, ha Davis. You don't know who I'm talking about?
They call him all respect to him. They call him Drewski Jr. type shit. Like, they literally
The light skinned dude that like he wear the bonnet, he do like the mom skits and stuff. He be in the bonnet and everything, in the robe.
Yeah, he do a lot of mom skits. Damn.
Yeah, him.
Let me. I'm literally typing in wannabe Drewski.
Yeah, like,
Wanna be
nah,
Drewski
that's the run-on joke about him.
That's the
why I
lyric.
brought it
That
up.
is, he does do a
Oh.
lot of like Drewski light skits. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
That's
Buddy, I thought Buddy was going good on TikTok. He's like a fat King Batch. Like, it's
Damn.
not funny,
Oh
but
my god.
you
Damn.
know, it's a market for it somewhere. It's
Yeah,
funny
I
to
think
somebody.
it's
King Batch is.
King Batch was
That's-
never funny. That's
Nah,
the
It
thing.
was. It was.
I ain't gonna cap. Nah, on Vine, I didn't get
Like he had
never got
7
it.
seconds when he was on
Ah,
Vine,
there
and
he is.
you could only do so much. But I ain't never see that dude a day in my life.
Okay.
I feel like I bought matter of fact, I think I might have bought a bootleg CD from that brother before.
Yo,
Oh
come
my
on,
god.
man.
Well, he's not. He's not funny. You don't have to. If
Is his
especially if you
name
don't do-
Risky or something like that? He was on an episode of
Risky is
Everybody Hate.
crazy.
I think he the modern day Risky or some shit.
His name is wannabe Drewski for real. So okay,
God
King Batch included. King Batch included. Give me your top 3 out of social media comedy, and then give me your bottom 3. The worst guys. You don't know why they on the net. Honestly, fuck them. Like, because for me, my worst 3 is King Batch, wannabe Drewski, and I ain't gonna lie, Ha Davis after the first one. After the first big fella. After the first big fella, it was over with. It was over with.
I mean,
Yeah, you know,
I don't.
I actually, to be honest with you, I agree. Like I don't like it got to a point where it was like, all right, because even with the jokes, because a lot of times when you telling jokes or you making these kinds of video, you don't want to be in a situation where like all your jokes is like low hanging fruit. Like don't get me wrong, I'll say a lot of things. Like I'll say certain things over and over, but the reason why I do that is I want it to be something that's quotable. A lot of times these people's whole joke is just the quotables. So you can't roll with that. You got to have something underlying that's there so the quotable doesn't get stale. If it's like every video, it's you got the same core stuff. It's like, come on now. But if I had to put a top 3, RDC's in there for the top 3. Daquan Wiltshire, I'd throw him
Daquan's
up
nice.
there as well,
Wow,
which
man.
hilarious because I'm like, yo, we think very similar. Whenever I be seeing a video, I'm like, oh man, I gotta link up with that brother.
Funny as shit.
I throw him in there, and then for a third, I'd probably go Long Beach Griffey. Like
That's
Trey,
okay.
is it Trey Rags or Trey?
Trey
The
Rags.
TikTok
Yeah,
guy, I was
Rags.
gonna say
That's
him.
what I was gonna say.
He's starting
Trey
to
funny.
really,
Trey
get
funny.
up in there. But I think with Long Beach Griffey, the reason why I'd put him in, and Caleb City is there as well. But
I was gonna say him too.
I'd put Long Beach in there because of the his comedy and his humor very similar to it's incredibly dark. And I'll roll with that. And I love the fact that he's unapologetic about it. He does it regardless of the fact that people, oh man, we're gonna can't. No, fuck you guys. I'm gonna say what I want. So I'd say those 3 are definitely there for me. Now, if I had to say the bottom 3,
Before you go, this includes like Jadeon, if you're familiar, Kaisa Nat.
So
all-
streamer. Oh man, you know who the top of my
so
list
that's
is. If we include
everybody.
streamers,
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna say
everybody.
we just not funny.
Comedy guys.
boy, I don't be on social media like that, so I don't know too much.
That's fine, but you know 3
but,
worst. You know the ones that you seen.
King
and was
Batch
like,
definitely got to be there.
God.
King Batch definitely got to be there. I don't even think homie should even be carrying the word King no more.
Oh, fuck.
But
I have a
Batch.
question. I have a question about
Yeah.
him after. Go ahead.
If I had to put somebody, he's there.
If you don't say
But
hi,
it
Davis.
just start throw, oh shit. Boy,
Oh shit.
I'm really trying to think of because I don't want to say 3 and then now y'all throw somebody else out, and I'm like, yo, they garbage too. Let's see, put him in there. I probably go Drewski.
That's crazy.
Damn, bottom 3.
Hey,
I'm
Drewski's
trying
not
to think.
funny,
I'm
bro.
trying to
don't
think.
think
Like I
he's
gotta.
bottom
I don't know.
three.
I don't be
that's
online
fine.
like that.
Chat,
like
y'all
it.
start
I
put
like
y'all
the
start putting folks on the side. Hey, if
Yeah,
Drewski's
just dropping people name in here. So I can
Well, how you
who
feel?
the hell is
How you-
Aiden Ross?
DC
Don't
on the
worry
fly.
about it.
DC
I was
on
about
the
to say,
fly.
how do you feel about the 85 South show? How do you feel
No,
about it?
it's perfect. It's perfect. It's a
Okay.
perfect mix.
Yeah.
Now with,
And
with,
all
with
of them are
DC,
funny.
he probably from social media who just started on social media, he probably got the farthest. Well, I'm pretty sure there's other people who's gotten pretty far. But to my knowledge, right now, off the top of my head, I don't think there's anybody else who's gotten as far as him, just starting from that 15 seconds, trying to roast people. And now this
Paul
man, he
Brothers.
in movies in all these different places. So kudos to him. He's doing he is funny. I think he has an acquired taste, but I think the mixture with the 85 South, it's perfect. I think it's a perfect show.
The Paul brothers fall into that though. They started from Vine. Like the
Oh,
part where Black
James, they were
Panther.
doing comedy stuff, or were they like
Yeah,
dark?
on Vine. They were. I mean, they were. It was very cringy Vine stuff, but it grew into that original Disney deal they got and movies. But you did say black.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck all that. B Simone, the
B
bottom.
Simone, that's
She at
the
the
name. That's the
fucking
name.
bottom.
That's the name that came
She got
across.
her own tier.
Yo.
You, oh Lord, B Simone not funny at all. Every time I aim, I'll be.
Thank you,
I
Big
do
M.
crime. I do
Cool. So I
crime.
think Big M said that.
Oh,
B Simone.
That garbage, bro. Every time she opened her mouth, I'm like, I want to
Simone.
rip my ear off. Though, where's Mike Tyson? Son, this is ridiculous.
Okay.
Like, I can't. She
This
at the
the
bottom.
clip.
She at the bottom. Oh my God, you kidding me?
Not even trying to be disrespectful, because I want to get.
I
into the
am.
King
I'm
Bash
trying to be
thing.
disrespectful.
No.
B
B Simone, we could disrespect B Simone. Do you think that the black women, like the comedy sphere, the social media comedy sphere, do you think that they're like really, really lacking?
Yeah, I think so, because it kind of gets with the whole bash shit. Well, I hate the word bad, but it's gotten to a point now where everybody kind of saying the same thing. Nobody got nothing new per se. It's just, all right, what we're gonna do is just come out here, we're gonna trash men, we're gonna trash black men specifically, and then that's pretty much it. That's the only jokes that exist there. There's nothing else that's there. So it's just a bunch of hurt, broken, battered, get the lowest possible available dick kind of women that just come out and we're gonna make videos and we just gonna hate on dudes. That's literally all they got.
Well, I will say one counter to that would be exactly E. Shout out E. She's great. She's a great creator. Does some great skits.
She don't be talking about like niggas doing her dirty though, like that.
No,
right?
she doesn't. She's literally gamer girl, cosplay, type anime type shit. Like, she's a dope woman. Love to have you on the party.
I think a lot of the women saw Desi Banks and they did that, but from like a woman's perspective, and then got louder. And they decided that that's like comedy to them.
Who's that one girl he works with? The skinny light skin one?
Yeah,
Pretty. You know what I'm talking about?
Pretty V.
Yeah, her. She's approaching B Simone territory. I'm not gonna lie to you. She's approaching it. She's approaching it.
I don't know none of
She's
these. Oh, Jess Hilarious.
Jess Hilarious.
Damn, all three of them on the fucking Wild Now, right? Damn,
all three of them are pretty.
All the Wild Out girls not
pretty.
God damn.
Pretty V looks like she's like Coily Ray, but again, like she's Desi, but loud, and then talks about dick, and then. I know this don't got nothing to do with the comedy. I seen Jess Hilarious nudes. I don't know.
She had nudes out there?
Yeah.
She got more than nudes out there.
Yeah.
Oh, she one of them. Damn.
I mean, it wasn't like she put it out there. I did a quick search one time. I found a video clip. I mean,
no. It looks good. It looks good.
I was like, hey, Jess is definitely. She's more than hilarious. I'll say that much.
Well, I think somebody. Fat Boy SS. Yeah. I throw it. I don't know if he's doing comedy or if he's trying to be a rapper or whatever. But if I had to say the bottom three, B Simone, she at the lowest possible bottom. And then you got Batch, King Batch, and then Fat Boy SS. Them three. Oh boy, I despise them. I ain't praying on nobody downfall, but damn it, if I'm in church, you know why I'm this.
B Simone, I am. So let me ask you this then, because King Batch came before a lot of people. He laid the groundwork and the foundation. Do you think that he ruined opportunities for a lot of people?
Perhaps, because the opportunities that he ended up getting, I guess now they look for comedians to kind of be that kind of comedian. So you can't necessarily be raw. You can't toe the line of different sort, because on Vine he was doing certain things that was it's fun, but it was nothing that was really in depth or whatever. So if you actually had a message that you were trying to get out there, you can't get nowhere with his kind of content. So in a sense, I think I don't want to say he ruined it, but it's just the perception of his kind of comedy that probably ruined it.
I have a question. This is definitely coming off of the comedy end and more just on the YouTube side of things. Was there a specific inspiration behind the creation of doing like game highlight commentaries, like the style of videos that you do? Because when I look, personally, you're one of the reasons I got into football again. You urinating trees, the way I do videos, got me back into football, loving it. I genuinely can't watch football now unless I'm watching Hold My Nugget Studios edition. Like I can't do it. So was there a certain inspiration behind it, or was it just like you found a niche to attack that no one was tapping into?
Well, growing up, I was always a fan of Chris Berman. and he did the NFL primetime on ESPN. But I didn't have cable when I was really growing. So unless I was at my aunt's crib, I never really had a chance to see it. But it was when I was doing videos, I was doing commentary on literally anything, and I was doing my rants, I was doing all kinds of videos, but nothing was really sticking. And it was the 2017 NBA Finals. And for whatever reason, while I was watching the game, I think LeBron, there was a sequence when LeBron had gotten a basket, and then on the other end, KD caught the ball, swung past LeBron. LeBron slipped and like slid. He didn't really get floored, but the casual fan would be like, "Yo, he got floored or whatever." I'm like, "Yo, I'd love to see what they're gonna say in the highlights about this moment." Right, and then while I'm sitting there for like 5 minutes, I'm like, "Yo, why does nobody do funny commentary or voiceover over sports?" And then it just dawned on me, "Yo, I should do that shit." So then the 2017 finals, I did game 1, 2, and 3, and then all three of them, it kept, growing in views. So the first one got like 18,000 on Facebook, the second one got to 35, the third one got to 72 thousand, and all of these were like within a 2-day span. They had gotten all those views. So I'm like, "Oh shit, maybe I should cover sports." And then I got blocked because I did a video on crackheads having superpowers that got to like 2 mil, and they banned me for like a whole week. They took down that video, so I couldn't upload. And the NBA Finals ended in 5. So by the time I got unbanned, there was no more, there was no demand for that kind of video. But then going into the NFL season, the same thing happened. Somebody should be doing funny commentary over football highlights. I should make funny commentary over football highlights. And it wasn't until Nick Folk's, day of missing all them field goals that it really started to gain traction. But yeah, it was just I was sitting there and then I was watching it like, "Yo, I need an idea for a video to get something to stick." And then ultimately I said, "Damn, I'm gonna start making these videos." And here we are 5 years later.
All right, 2 football questions. First one, death being pointed at the earth. You gotta have a 45-yard field goal straight down the middle. You only can pick one kicker, and they give you 2 options: Nick Folk, Cody Parkey. Who are you picking?
Nick Folk.
Nick Folk.
Nick Folk, because Cody
He said
Parkey
it
is
so fast.
accurately inaccurate. I don't even got to think about it.
Cody.
Nick Folk's made a resurgence ever since he left the NFL, went to the AAF, then ended up coming back, going to the Patriots. He's done his hell of a job. He should have been in the Pro Bowl 2 of the last 3 years. But Cody Parkey, if I ever see him in person, I'm ripping that man leg off, dog. That dude, I ain't never seen somebody hit the upright as many times as him. It don't make no sense, dog.
Didn't he hit the left to the right one time? Like,
yeah, he hit the left to the right one
3
time.
times.
I ain't never.
3 dings.
This man playing Connect 4 with the damn upright. I ain't never seen some shit like that in my life.
So,
go ahead.
Second question. If I had to ask you 4 teams you would be excited to see in this upcoming season, who would these 4 teams be? And of course, you can't say the Steelers. There's only 3 Steelers fans I respect. That's you, your name trees, and Sage right here. So you can't say Steelers.
Okay.
I'm not gonna rip in the Steelers, but 4 teams.
4 teams that I'm looking forward to seeing.
Mhm.
Well, the Rams for one.
Okay.
The Rams. The Lions. Because I actually, it's something about Dan Campbell. I don't know if it's about him threatening to eat people's kneecaps or whatever, but I feel like their inability to finish in the fourth quarter, they're going to surprise people this year. I actually have them going to the playoffs because I think they're going to win those games that they ended up blowing in the fourth quarter. I think they're going to hold on, and all of a sudden, by week 12 or something, they're going to be sitting on like 8 or 9 wins, and people are going to know where the fuck the Lions came from. So I'd say Rams, Lions, the Chargers. I'm interested to see what the Chargers are going to look like.
Chargers about to go dummy.
And then if there was another, I'd probably say Las Vegas.
Thank you. You're not hearing it. Your team's not interesting, bro. Those fucking Fins don't matter. Nobody wants to do it.
Nobody wants to fan.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Listen here.
Nobody cares about Devontae Parker left y'all. Nobody
No.
cares about Tyreek Hill running streaks for two
Hey,
to throw 10
hey,
yards, bro. Nobody gives a
You know
fuck.
what's crazy?
Oh, wait, 22 gloves on. Nobody cares.
Mhm.
We
You're a
don't care.
Dolphins fan?
We don't care.
And you know what's crazy? And you know what's
don't care.
crazy?
Why would
Y'all
you
have
do
never
that?
met a toxic Dolphins fan before, and this year we out this bitch, fins up. We swimming in these waters.
Fins up,
It's gonna
record
get
down.
murky.
Like, nigga,
Whatever.
your team,
Hey,
your
listen,
team's
we
ass, bruh.
overachieved. We overachieved for 2 years without the proper pieces on our offense, and now we have arguably one of the most exciting offenses in the NFL. Don't worry about it, man. Everybody's worried about Tua's arm.
Take that
It
back.
don't matter. Listen, what? Name 5 better, more exciting, not better. I guarantee you, we might not be one of the 5 best offenses, but exciting, bro. One end we have Tyreek Hill.
Rams healthier,
Second-
definitely more.
First of all,
I fucking
more,
hate their
definitely
gut.
more. I don't know about definitely more.
Nigga, Odell and
Yeah,
Cooper
definitely.
Cup, shut the fuck up. Anyways,
First of all, you don't even know what Odell you're getting. All right, sir. All right.
here he
Listen,
goes. He's
with
nasty.
Odell- listen,
Thank you. I'm
Odell-
glad.
first
I'm
of all-
glad someone
first
else
of all-
sees this.
first
He's
of all,
gross, bro.
y'all
gross.
just let y'all
gross.
really let
He's gross.
Matt Stafford convince y'all that Baker Mayfield ruined
All right,
Odell.
all right. So
he catches
I
2
ain't gonna lie.
footballs, and now, bro, OBJ
All right.
can moonwalk again. Fuck out of here.
Okay,
I literally
okay.
can't believe we're having a Dolphins conversation
The,
right
the,
now.
Bills,
You're right.
the Bills offense is exponentially more exciting. I think you would even admit that. That's just a fact.
Okay, that's one.
of life.
That's one.
Oh,
That's
okay,
one.
that's one. I
All right,
fucking bet.
whatever.
I'm
Whatever.
like, I ain't gonna
Whatever.
lie. I'm gonna piss you off just because it's kind of close. Broncos. I want to see that.
It's not kind
I
of
wanna
close.
see-
It's
Yeah.
not kind of close.
Yeah,
It's not
you
gonna
know
close.
what? I'd say the Broncos. I'd want to see the Broncos. I don't even think about the Dolphins when I think of football,
Yeah,
so I don't
just-
know what. But like, that, God damn, how'd you even become a Dolphins fan? Why would you do this?
For
to
the
yourself?
for the ones that must know, as a little jit, as a young Ute, I was a Ricky Williams fan. I like Ricky Williams. He happened to be on the Dolphins, and I think I had like a signed jersey for him one time when I went to Disney World. Hey, bro, I don't abandon
You
the
had weed
bandwagon.
on it,
Listen,
didn't it? You got high when you were young. And you ain't
Hey,
never
I-
recovered
I'm-
since.
Got laced
Hey.
up.
Damo,
God
you told me you were a Richie Incognito guy. That's what I thought you
Oh,
said.
I've never said that.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
Fuck you.
I thought that's what you said.
Hey,
I thought that's what you
Hey,
said.
Omar,
I thought that's what you
Omar,
said.
Richie Stan is crazy.
Omar. First of all, 23. Stay over there. All right, don't talk to me. All right, 28
Damn,
to
you
3. Stay over
Falcons
there.
fan.
Whoa.
Damn,
Yeah,
oh, he had to
cut
cut
the
off
camera
the
off,
dog cap. God
Motherfucking
damn.
Richie
Well,
Incognito.
first of all, hey, Colts up, baby. Colts in the building.
Colts,
Hey, the
you're
Colts.
disgusting.
JT more exciting than your whole team. JT,
You know what's
is.
crazy? You know what's crazy?
JT's more exciting than
This
your
is
whole team.
fine. I'm glad. You know what's crazy? I'm glad I'm getting this out the way now because I'm going to mark it. Halfway through the season, I'm going to be watching the 2022 or 2023 week 13 game highlight commentary, and then
You'll
I'm
have
going
a
to
bunch
hear
of Chargers out there.
at some point,
A bunch
the
of
Dolphins are
Chargers
going to
out there.
have a pretty good record. We're going to be looking like a pretty good team, and I'm going to hear one of my favorite YouTubers say, at the start of the season, I was pretty wrong about the Dolphins, and now they're just waddling to the fucking promised land because Big Waddle is going crazy with Cheetah next to him, Raheem Mostert in the backfield, along with
You think Mostert will
I'll-
be there?
I've never seen somebody so excited to play Madden. Son. It's crazy.
I'm saying,
yes,
bro.
I am
thank
excited
you.
to play
Bro, I
Madden.
got
That is
99
crazy.
speed. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
All
No
right.
injuries off, bro. You a bitch in front of man, bro.
Chat,
Injuries
chat.
off.
Remember this day. Remember this day,
Listen.
chat. Remember this day.
Nigga,
Listen,
Tua
listen,
throw it the
listen.
right before y'all do some shit.
Listen. We're gonna play a game for a minute. We're gonna try to get canceled. Since we're on the topic of football, Adonis, what are your opinions on Deshaun Watson and the situation that he's in right now?
Oh shit.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say things that could
Yeah,
get us
I'm about
canceled.
to
So I
say,
just get the
that's
ball
left
rolling. First
turn.
off, Lizzo was the right guard. But regarding Deshaun Watson,
Well, you said
I'd
she
have-
was right. You said she was right.
no, she's
a
a
right
right
guard.
guard. Like, nah, she
She's a
ain't
right
right
guard.
about
Oh my
nothing.
god. Oh my god. Oh
Yeah,
god.
she definitely not right about her diet, but we're not talking about that right now. But I would have to say with Deshaun Watson, I think there's a number of women who happen to have the allegations against it that probably do have a legitimate case. But the only thing that raised, put my eyebrows through my hairline was like, why the hell you got to have a different masseuse in every city you go to? I'm not. It's kind of questionable. Like, don't get me wrong. I think there are some people who agreed to things and now they jumped onto the bandwagon of, we going to, sue against him as well and jump in here, see if we could get a bag. But it's kind of hard to try to defend this man at one point. Your lawyer talk about, I didn't know happy endings was illegal. All right, see, you kind of.
That was so
You kind of
nasty.
That
just
was nasty.
That was nasty, bro.
His lawyer talking about the semantics of what makes a happy ending.
His
not
lawyer
sexual
don't know the
harassment.
law, bro.
Like, all right, bro.
Lawyer don't
This
know
is
the
crazy.
law, mo. Nigga get arrested on spot.
I didn't know he had
Crazy.
Amber
playing a
Heard's lawyer.
dangerous
This is crazy.
game. Like they gonna pull up footage. It's only a matter of time before they pull up footage.
Just imagine
R.
he see
Kelly
the
footage, that's
He,
crazy.
he see the footage. Lawyer like that ain't legal. You can't do that. All right, fuck. Lock me
All
up.
right,
Shit.
I thought that was one that was gonna get us there.
Thought the point was to be happy.
Well, yeah. Before we go there, let me. Chris sends $5 saying Cody Parquet ever shows his face in Chicago again, and that man's body will never be found. No kidding. Double doink still hurts.
That coming from Chris is wild.
Let me go ahead and get into this video. Maybe this one will get us canceled. This is DJ
Oh, so
Academics.
this is really the canceled podcast.
And to keep it real,
man.
if you think about it in the bigger scheme of things, there's not much difference between a 20 or a 17 or a 21 and a 17. Just kind of mean one's a minor and one's not a minor. But I will say, listen, I adopted this rule, which I think it was fine. I said, listen, man, as long as a chick got a college ID, she's getting f***ed. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17. She's going to get this dick.
No.
Y'all sick, bro.
Y'all
sick, bro.
I didn't say that.
No.
I ain't tell that nigga to say that either. I don't know what y'all gonna do with this.
Man, one hitter quitter, TKO. Yo, that is a sick Negro.
Why would you say this?
Get him out of here, bro.
Now,
Willingly saying
to,
it's crazy.
to be fair to him, which apparently I'm supposed to be doing, he wasn't 31. He didn't say this yesterday. He said this when he was 25. So still way older, but crazy question. Adonis, is there a difference between 21 and 17?
Yeah, the law. I don't know why you'd even play that game. Like unless he was going the avenue of they in college, then maybe you can try to get an argument. But there is really no. You can't say that and think that you not gonna sound like you trying to participate in the R. Kelly challenge. Like you really tripping right
R.
now.
Kelly challenge.
Ain't no way. This man is like EDP out here. What you to 21, 17? There's no difference. All right. Hey, I hope you like cold showers in prison, brother.
No, man.
Cold showers in a loofah.
So you think he should be deplatformed for something like this?
I think he should. I don't want to say deplatformed to where somebody gets
Canceled?
completely can't. I think there need to be a conversation because if he said this, like if he's 30, you said he's 31 right now. So this was what six years ago, 5 years. So if this is years ago, I think there should be a conversation that's had to see if he still has this view because I don't like people getting canceled for some shit they said years prior. But that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild shit. Where'd they even find? Somebody must have been sitting on this clip.
Yeah, somebody
for
pissed
sure.
him off. Somebody got pissed and said, "Bet I got something for your ass." Because
So wait, with that being said, you actually do believe in cancel culture, then, don't you?
No, I not necessarily. I think there needs to be
thank God, I
if there's something that was said or whatever. I think there should be conversations, like the dialogue about what was said to see how somebody feels about something. But I don't think people should necessarily be deplatformed or something because the same way that somebody could say something that you don't agree with, somebody else can agree with them. So you'll always be able to get a following no matter what it is that you say. And who are you to deem what is right or wrong? Now, granted, if there's laws that's, intact, then at that point you got to obey the law. But still, I don't think necessarily people should be canceled per se.
I don't know. I think I think I disagree a little bit, but I don't think it's ever really happened in a significant enough way for me to say like, oh, somebody's actually been canceled. Maybe you could say R. Kelly, maybe, but it's folks out there.
people
I went to
still
the gas
ask,
station.
"Can I listen to R. Kelly?"
Yeah, I went to
You
the
don't-
gas station and they was sliding in there. Said I know that. Yeah, they was dancing up in that motherfucker. So I don't.
You don't think EDP's canceled? Like you wouldn't consider him?
Oh,
being canceled?
he's the only one where I would say he's just 100%.
They say he was. They
But
say he's got an Instagram. And
No, yeah,
he's
he's got a new YouTube. I think he keep changing the name or whatever. But he still has people who and it's very fresh. Like we're still very young into him, getting his stuff deleted and everything. It's been like a little over a year. So if we talk about like cancel culture, somebody being canceled, what's the timeline of being canceled, because somebody being gone for, let's say, 12, 13 some months, who's to say 2023 ain't the rise once again of EDP coming back? So that's kind of where I look at cancel culture. Like, what do we deem somebody being canceled through and through?
And
But
that's the thing that I see though
don't
in
know.
cancel culture is that they take this time off. Everybody does it. Even Travis, for like, whether you thought Travis should have been canceled for what happened at his concerts or not, Chris Jenner told him, hey, just lay low. And that's what he did. He laid low for a minute, let a bunch of other stuff, gas price, all this other stuff rose up. And then I think it was like last week or so, it was like, oh yeah, Travis got some new music coming out. And everybody's like, oh, I'm excited to hear that. But everybody just forgot, oh, well, people did die at his event.
That's not funny.
I mean, but shouldn't stuff like that go into?
You gotta clear that up on this, John, bro. You gotta be
I'll try
fucking
to hold it in.
robot on this motherfucker. God.
But wouldn't you say, like, for a guy like EDP, even if, like, so say 2023, 2024, whatever, he tries to make another push, another surge, isn't the fact that you're still going to have a vast majority of people who aren't EDP fans, who knew nothing about EDP, only found out about him because he's a disgusting creep, they're going to just scream under every chance that they get, yo, he's a disgusting freak, and that's stamped on his forehead. That's like basically putting pedophile on his forehead. I don't even know if you can say that. Crazy, but stamp that on his forehead. Like, that's stamped. That's cancel culture. Like, regardless if he does have 50,000 people that be like, oh no, I don't care what he did, he's my favorite YouTuber. For those 50,000 fans, there's still 500,000 people spamming on all other social medias. Yo, he's a pedo. I'm pulling up to whatever job he has and getting it out of here. He's trying to do Uber. Niggas is calling Uber, getting them fired. Niggas getting kicked out of hotels. That's going to keep happening. They're not going to stop doing it.
But I think it's not necessarily because of what he did, because you can look at somebody like James Charles. But I think with EDP, the reason why it stuck with him was because he built his entire platform on being a troll. So all his followers, not all of them, but the vast majority were trolls themselves. So now when the trolls turn against you, they troll you. So no matter what he does in life, he's going to continually be trolled because of how he built his platform. Now, if you talk about somebody like a James Charles, who took time off from YouTube, lost sponsorships or whatever, got demonetized for a period. Now, I believe he's fully monetized again. He's still got, sponsors, that's since returned, and he's posting like ain't nothing happened. And both of them were talking to underage people. But it's because of EDP's following and how he built his following. And then on top of that, on his case, they actually had a whole channel
I'm about
catch
to
this
say,
man in the
the
act
way he was
as he's
caught.
trying to go get them cupcakes. So for him, it was a much, a different sort of situation. But it really comes down to your following, what it is that you're doing, because a lot of times, especially when you have a fan base, some people will just be some blind supporters. Like, no matter what it is that you do, they still gonna rock with you. Like, if the news came out tomorrow, Beyonce killed somebody, just in cold blood, first degree, some shit like that, a great percentage of her fan base, man, that person who died probably had it coming. She had a reason for it. You got no details. You still gonna roll and support. So, and there'll be some other people who try to drown out what it is that happened. But you can't necessarily cancel, individuals who've gotten to a high level. So EDP is not necessarily there. But if he were to make a comeback next year, if they allow him to exist in the space, as long as they don't just keep taking away his channels and shit, he's not necessarily going to be canceled.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Did the guy that reported him get canceled? Because I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, he did.
He was like 50 times worse. Someone in the chat brought it up as well. Nah, if y'all don't know, he was worse. 1,000,000%. I don't know if he got canceled. That probably
he did. He faded off the face of the earth after people found the videos of him dropping an M-bomb, finding out that he was trying to basically lure underage women into basically being the bait
Oh yeah,
catch
debate,
people
and
trying to
then-
get
and then he was
underage
like,
women.
all right, bet.
I'm
So
like, all right,
we gonna
this is
set him up
crazy.
with this, but you gotta send it to me first. Like he crazy, bro.
Yeah, like he was
Yeah,
basically being
yeah.
a test
He
screening
crazy.
beforehand and all this weird, just being super weird and racist.
And
got
he
him
just
out
got
of there.
caught in a I think it was one of those the anti-gun protests or something like that. Like a couple of weeks ago, he was actually in there. I think he had gotten like into a back and forth with a group of women or something like that because he's very pro-gun and everything. So then I think he got caught up in that. That was like the last that I heard of this dude for like a year since the whole thing had happened.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't really have, I don't think he had a huge, a following like that to where he could have, because the EDP story was really the biggest thing that got him on the map and then ultimately what got him off the map.
Yeah, Rick Bosa.
I think the thing, I think what you said earlier was important though. Like, we need to come to a consensus as to what true canceling actually looks like. And I don't think we'll ever be on that type of time because, like you said, there's gonna be some people, no matter what happened. I mean, R. Kelly was caught on video peeing on, an underage girl. We seen the aftermath of Rihanna and Chris Brown. He admits to it, and it is what it is. We hear these people's voices now saying these things, like there's video evidence of this, and people still just do not care. But I think canceling to me would be everybody get on the same accord and we just bury this person, but truly that's never been the case. Like that has never been the case. I thought at one time they took R. Kelly off of Spotify, and I just found out yesterday, one, they put him back on, and two, it was only from the playlist feature, so they weren't going to recommend him. But the way the headlines were, I remember them, they were like, yeah, R. Kelly removed from Spotify, but it wasn't even to that extent. I don't know.
It's the same thing tried to do to X. They tried to do the same thing to X, blacklist him from being in recommendeds, and you had to really search to hear his music specifically. They took him off the playlisting. The same thing to Tory Lanez, which is I'm still waiting for that. I'm still waiting for that verdict to come out, even though it seems like it's been forever with that one. I'm still waiting to come out and want to hear Tory's innocent, so I can see him get his just dues if he is innocent. If he
listening to his album,
I just did a thing. You talking over me. I was like, he gonna push this button, bro. You about to push the goddamn button, bro. Oh my god. I mean, what do you think about this situation, Adonis? I ain't gonna lie.
With Tory and Meg?
Yeah.
Man, I'm Team Tory. I can't lie to you, dog. Like it just,
oh my God.
it just don't seem like things don't add up right. The whole fact that it's like, yo, you gonna say somebody shot you, you wasn't facing homie, so it's like kind of just he say she say kind of situation, and it's one side that's very loud that's pushing towards, yo, he did this, and he stayed silent. He ain't say much. And then the fact that he's so confident in the case, and it's Meg that it seemed like she's kind of like that she's saying this, well, this don't line up with that. Then she's saying that, this don't line up with that. So it's kind of a situation where I'm looking at it like, I don't necessarily want to say I'm Team Tory in the sense, but I'm gonna wait till all the factuals come out. But from the way it's been looking, especially with the fact that she was like, yo, yeah, we wasn't intimate, we wasn't doing all this other stuff, but they had a party together, they doing all these different flirtatious photos and stuff. He talking about her in the way that he's talking about her. She making it seem like they was never on that kind of level. So it just seemed like something ain't right, something ain't clicking.
Yeah,
listen,
that's like dead ass exactly what I be saying, bro. I'm not Team Tory, whatever, but I find it hard to say she gets the dub in this case. It's like some don't fucking crazy. Some don't fucking make sense, bro.
Don't, like, you get shot in your foot, no ligaments or tendons, nothing of that nature. You wearing heels on, just out in the next, like it was a couple of weeks. Shorty outside, healed up, walking in this. This don't make sense.
I grew up. This is crazy. I grew up. One of my favorite movies, Harlem Nights. Yeah, I'm Team Tory. Anybody seen Harlem Nights? No, we shooting toes off. But Tory didn't do it. He's innocent. I definitely knew there was a lot of inconsistencies with the stories that she was telling. The fact that now in the court situation, you have witnesses of like the residents that were there, like the residents in the neighborhood where they got pulled over, saying they seen her, the two women fighting in the car and having a disagreement and an argument. And the consistent argument and story from Tory's side has been the fact that, hey man, you hit two friends and they found out about each other. That was what the story that people were having for Tory. Like, Meg got jealous, made whatever situation at the fucking Jenner party, Kardashian party, whoever party it was, they leave, girls get mad, and now it's, who shot Meg, and Meg is blaming Tory. I always said, there's no way I'm defending somebody who shot me. If a man shot you, I don't know. I don't care what social climate we are in. I don't care which guy we're protesting for that week. There is no, oh, you shot me, but you're still a black man. I'm going to protect you. No, your life's in danger. You got shot. That's when I knew immediately, Team Tory, fully Team Tory. I don't believe in liars.
Yeah,
It just don't make no sense. You're gonna hold your tongue for the person who was hurt or shot you, and then you put it under the. You try to shield it as well. I was trying to protect him. What? That don't make sense.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say she's smack lying, but some don't add up. At the end of the day, some fucking stupid. I can't wait for it to come out.
I can't either. I'm gonna look real stupid if it come out that he's guilty.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. Yeah, he just playing the shit cool. Hey, some don't add up. Somebody.
OJ played it cool. Hey, OJ played it cool. That's all I know.
Oh, he did it.
OJ bodies was cool too.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yo,
no, it was after they laid on the ground for a couple hours. It was cool.
If the glove don't fit,
I aspire to be cut up like Nicole Brown Sims. But we ain't talking about that right.
I just gotta chill in my room.
I can't believe niggas didn't realize this nigga's hand swole. That was crazy. So what I do, last question before we get into some fan questions. You've been deplatformed a lot of times. You've been banned, kicked, canceled, whatever word people want to use. Do you feel that it's, I don't know, a little unfair that people of higher stature have not seen the same consequences as you? Because I would think if you said the same thing that academics just said, which you wouldn't say, but the same thing he said, you will probably get banned again or whatever the case may be. But academics came out yesterday. He did a little apology. Hey, I'm sorry. And then he just keep moving with his life. Do you feel like it's unfair when the higher creators don't see the same sort of punishment?
Nah, I used to when I was much younger. I think when I was fresh into the game that I definitely used to think that way. But then now it's like, we all run a different race per se. But then at the same time, when you get to a certain level, you're at such a high platform, you could get away with a bit more because you have leverage. So somebody like me who's up and coming per se, I'm not in a spot in which I have any leverage to where if some news were to come out or whatever that I can try to combat it. You get somebody who's on a high, platform, and you have these connections, you have these sponsorships, you have, you're getting a bag from different sort of locations, and moreover, you're bringing a lot of viewership to different sort of platforms. You're in a spot to where you can kind of, whether it's hush money or you just put out a statement and then everybody moves on. You're in a spot where you can do that. If you're somebody like me who don't got no leverage, you just got a number of followers behind you or whatever. The moment that, the people turn on you or then scandals happen to come out, you kind of just got to roll with the punches. You just got to adapt to where you at and then move from there.
You think if you were cleaner, you would be bigger?
Probably. I would not be surprised if that was the case. But it wouldn't be me. And I think watching Gary V be him, with whether it's being overly, like the people call it toxic positivity that he has, but Gary V watching it's crazy. That's the kind of society we live in. You too positive, you're something wrong with this person.
Yep.
So watching him be as positive as he has, and then also, well, luckily it's not the kind of positive that Magic Johnson got, but we're not talking about that right now. But him being positive, and then also him cursing while talking to whether it's children or whatever, seeing him be able to grow and be authentically him. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, I'm not going to dumb it down. And also Patrice O'Neal being one of my biggest comedic influences. If people get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. But I would rather rock with the people who view me and roll with me than to constantly try to sell myself to get the new viewer. So what I've been able to, why I've grown at, although it's 6 years getting to 500,000, a lot of people are like, man, that's a fast time. I'm still playing the incredible slow game. Like I'm looking at this like I'm 10% into my whole comedy journey. So I was never getting into it for like the instant, I need to be at 1 million in 16 months or something like that. No, fuck all that. I got my goals, but I'm happy with playing the slow game and catering to an audience that actually fuck with me rather than, being a caricature of myself and lying and putting out something that I'm really not.
But don't you think that comes with a cap though? Like you Chiseled Adonis won't be in the Tyler Perry movies. probably. You know,
I got no problem with that because I look at it like this. I've always, since I was a kid, I've always been the kind of person that, oh, well, they don't want me there. I can't go there. Cool. I'll make my own shit. I've always been that kind of person. So ultimately, the reason why I went so hard online was I don't want to be that guy who is now dependent on the industry to whether it's booking shows or it dependent on the industry to get to different sort of locations. No, I'm going to build my own demand. And then when I want to do something, I got my own people, and then I pull up and I do it. So I don't need to be in your movie. I don't gotta be over here. All right, cool. I'm gonna learn how to make my own films. I'll reach out to somebody who, they work here, we make our own independent shit, and it's gonna be raw, it's gonna be me, and it's gonna be our own shit.
Yeah, dog. Like when you do sports content, I mean, you fucking know way better than me. What, like, because you got NFL communities and shit. That's what I was gonna ask you. What's most toxic? But I'll get to that in a second. When you do sports content, it's too easy to fall into the PC. Just say this team's good. Say you could fucking think the Lions fucking suck, and you got to talk about why the Hawk is next coming and shit. Like you got to talk all PC and shit. And I feel like that Omar honestly has a lower cap than what Adonis is doing, and we can have that conversation if we want. I feel like just being another plant, another person with the numbers and statistics that say everything that you'd see on like First Take, I feel like that has a lower cap, to be honest.
Yeah, your longevity is definitely capped off. Like you gonna be replaced. Like Perkins and what's his name? Ryan Hollins or whatever.
Yeah.
They're just gonna they're the same thing. So as soon as I don't know, in the next 2 years, Al Horford retires, I'm replacing Ryan Hollins with Al Horford. Like it just don't. If that's the type of guy you're gonna be, you're gonna get capped off. I understand that, but like I said, you won't be in the Tyler Perry movie.
That's true. That's true.
And
some people are willing to not be in the Tyler Perry movie means pushing them being them.
Yeah,
and
the blessing is that, like, granted, TikTok might be ruining everybody's attention span, but the blessing is, like, as long as you're on social media, you're good. And in my opinion, like, for example, you might not get the shit. He might not be on what Tyler Perry you said, but he on the Keep It a Buck type shit. It's like but he on like he might go like 85 South or any other pod he wants, any other content creators type shit. Things that would fit him, his crowd, and people like even in our chat right now, they're seeing this motherfucker and they're like, "Oh, this guy's funny as fuck. Who's this guy?" Like that matters more than going to ESPN. Oh, this guy made a couple of jokes. All right, bet I'm watching Stephen A tomorrow. Like that matters more to me personally.
And I will also say the trade-off you get for not being in a Tyler Perry movie and sticking out doing your own thing is you build more genuine fans.
Yep,
That's an advantage of, and we can use this podcast for example. How deep we are with our Discord, the fact that we're in there, one of us is in there every day. We're in there every day. We're close to these niggas. You saw these niggas. We're like family. You build that when you stay you stay being yourself. You stay being real, whether that's genuinely positive, genuinely negative, whatever it is, you just be unfiltered and be real. People love that. So when you have a person, whether that's 500K, 20K, 5K, that's the most dedicated, loyal 500K, 20K or 5K you're going to get versus these people who have this crazy 1 mil sub account platform, but it's not for that person. It's for what, he's going to make whatever trendy content. He's going to check out the boxes and it's just another cookie fucking copy paste type of creator.
Yeah, it's the worst kind. Because for me, I look from anybody who can tell you who's been following me for a long time, from 2016 when I first made the channel until probably midway through 2019 or maybe tail end of 2018, I replied to damn near every comment, every DM. Whether I was going live, I try to address everybody that's in there. There's some people in here who tune into my live streams. I may not have thousands upon thousands of people who tune in. I average about like 500, 600 people on the live stream. But every time I go live, we in tune with each other. I get invited to weddings. Next month, one of my subscribers is having a wedding in South Carolina. I'm really leaning towards going and pulling up because I actually, with my following, I support what they got going on. Oh, you graduated? Yo, let's acknowledge this person who graduated. Matter of fact, how many people graduated this year? Yo, everybody in the comment section, shout them out. Yo, I'd love to do fan meetups all of this kind of situation, because I'm more about the relationship that you build with the people who rocking with you. I don't like when you got people who you start to grow, get bigger and bigger. You got all these eyes on you or whatever, and now all of a sudden you Hollywood. I'll never be that person because it's all about the actual community with me.
That's a fact.
I think everybody agrees. I'm gonna let Omar dominate the topic, but I just gotta know, as a person that does a damn near every sport in the book, most toxic fan base in sports, whether it's team specific, sports category 1, and then if you can, team or player specific.
So if I had to say sports category, probably football, because I'm most invested in football. So I'd have to say football. And then if I had to say the most toxic fan base, man, I'd have to say maybe Dallas. I think probably
Cowboy fans, yeah.
Cowboy fans up there. Cowboy fans.
I'd probably have to
We
say
them
Cowboys fans.
Now I do have an NBA bias. I do got to throw out some reminders of what's in the NBA. You got bronsexuals. You got 2022 Curry fans. You got Russ fans. I'm just
like isolated player fans are probably the most toxic.
Okay.
Of all kinds, because it gets further than just team and sport. It's like it gets crazy. Like the fact that the bronsexual, it don't make sense. Like you can't have an actual conversation about anything without these people. Bro, what about LeBron? What about LeBron? Like we talking about women's basketball. What's going on over here? You talk about competitive curling. Well, LeBron would killing it. Damn, get off your knees, brother. You got lotion up your knees. Like these people, it's crazy. I've never experienced some shit like that in my life until I really started. Like I can't have conversations with people like that. Because if you constantly talking about one isolated player, like this, you don't care about the flow of the game. You don't care about coaching. You don't care about the opposing team. You don't care about the past and what happened. You only care about this one player and how you can try to prove they better than everybody and just discount all kinds of facts and shit. It just don't make no sense.
Well, I call everybody that's only a fan of a player a coward. Because I say you're not ready to deal with the hard shit. Bro, you're a coward. If you can't deal with the fact that a team will suffer time in and time and again, but you're quick to be like, oh, I'm a Braun fan. Braun getting old. I'm a Giannis fan. Shut the fuck up. Like you're dead a coward. You're a coward. You're a bitch. I ain't gonna lie. That's some bitch shit. That's some shit that like women who do not watch sports. Not saying all women that do not watch sports, they do. They be like, who number 77? I like Luka. Like, bruh, that's some bitch shit. That's some bitch shit. You a bitch.
Sage is ready to get on the women. Listen, I know you got. No, I'm just saying. Hey, listen, look, Sage on the way to tie it back in the women.
Wow.
I know you got to go because I know you're gonna stream the game. We have one fan question though. I want to bring him up on stage so he can ask you a question.
Yo, what the
This is a award-winning fan. We are about the community as well. This is one of our favorites. The MVP of last year, the MVP.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you know what's crazy about being the award-winning fan? I never got the award. Never got anything sent to me. Didn't even get the T-shirts either. Me or Cruz.
It's in the jet.
You are worried about the wrong thing.
In the mail.
Ask your question. Ask your question.
All right, bet. So do y'all know what's going on with the state of YouTube right now and the copyright shit with what the hell's his name? Quantum TV or some stuff? Have y'all heard about that?
I barely know, but I heard about it.
Okay, so there's this thing going around where this guy named the Act Man, he's a pretty popular YouTuber right now. And he had this whole thing with this guy called Quantum TV or some dude. And he striked Act Man because Act Man used one of Quantum TV's videos. And so he went to YouTube, he got his YouTube video taken down. And so now with this whole thing going on, I know Chiseled, he's been through this numerous times. Susan has been screwing him over for years. And with that going on, do you think with the state of YouTube right now, with this whole copyright stuff, do you think that's going to be like, I know it's a lot of problems with YouTube, but I feel like that's like going to be one of the prominent ones that's going to be up there. Do y'all think that's going to be like even more of a problem with the way copyright is handled on YouTube right now?
Probably, just to answer the question, probably because a lot of people are growing on reaction channels. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's, original, the people who made the original videos now, striking everybody who makes a reaction, especially if it's a situation where somebody's getting hate for something, like, let's say it's a podcast that somebody doesn't necessarily agree with. So now you make a reaction video to the podcast clip, your video blows up, the other person's starting to get hate. So what they'll do is go to YouTube and say, yo, I want this video removed. Now all of a sudden other people will follow that same metric. So a lot of people will mess around and lose their video. So do I think that'll happen down the line?
Unfresh and fit.
Yes.
I'm about to say,
But
that
the only
sounds very
problem would
familiar.
be fair use was put in motion to where this kind of stuff can happen. But if the original creator wants to take stuff down, then they have all the grounds to do so. Now it's a question of, are they changing the definition of fair use? Because if that happens, now a shit ton of YouTubers are about to be fucked.
My God,
That's what I
and
think.
I'm one
That's
of 'em.
my
Fuck.
fear. That's my fear. Because when Fresh and Fit did their shit, playback kind of like it got, saying, reverse carded on them. But with this whole YouTube thing with Quantum TV and Ackman, I feel like YouTube is kind of changing their guidelines. And especially like if because YouTube, they play favorites. Everybody plays favorites.
Yeah.
YouTube ain't different. I feel like they're gonna start changing the guidelines for some of their popular YouTubers if this starts to happen to them. You know what I'm saying? Somebody makes a YouTube video about, let's say, Mr. Beast. He don't like that stuff. YouTube is gonna go above and beyond to make sure that that YouTube video gets taken down. That happened about that got talked about Mr. Beast. And I feel like that's gonna be, it ain't gonna be their downfall because there's no other platform that's on YouTube's level. But it's also gonna be like, it's gonna make YouTube not fun anymore. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I feel
I
it.
mean, good question and everything.
Great question. Great talking point.
Yeah. Good question.
Get out of here.
Chronic actually didn't get bullied this time. That's crazy. Chronic, how does it feel? We took you serious.
Nah, I'm about to bully him. Yo, bro, you in the military, and I know y'all get free haircuts. Take advantage. That shit is insane.
Hey,
You
Omar.
still got that unauthentic.
Ah,
That's crazy.
he's just about to say something too.
Oh,
I know he's sick. God,
You don't got nobody
damn.
else up for the Q&A? No other people?
No,
we just doing Chronic.
Nah, and Adonis gotta go too. Listen.
I got you.
I had a great time. This was actually a very good conversation. I know where I'll be watching the live stream from. But round of applause for our friend, our brother, Chiseled Adonis.
Oh, round of applause. Oh yeah, he might get what's that shit? Guest of the year?
Yes,
Is this
the
a
year
contender?
type-
That's my vote.
Is
That's
this
my
the
vote.
contender chat? Let us know.
Number one
Yes,
contender.
to the year.
Let us know.
Favorite. Vegas
Tell
betting odds
folks tell folks where to find you because it's not Pornhub anymore. So tell folks where to
Yeah,
find
it's
you.
not Pornhub anymore. Oh, well, then again, I might make another channel and just do innuendo. So I'll just start putting titles. I'll probably think, one would think it's actual porn when it's not. Black man still in his standing inside a bedroom. But you can find me on YouTube, at Chiseled Adonis, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Chiseled Adonis Reloaded. That's probably going to get taken away within the next couple of weeks. I've made a new TikTok today, literally this morning. Not Chiseled Adonis. Hopefully people don't figure out it's actually me. That's on TikTok over there. And yeah, just anywhere Chiseled Adonis, you can find me online, man. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. And moreover, I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh
sir.
man,
We
I
appreciate you coming on.
Yo, suck his dick and lick his balls, bro. Damn. God damn. Like,
Say goodbye.
Crazy.
Say goodbye. Say
technical
goodbye.
foul. Hey, chat, prayers up that the refs don't suck tonight. But if they do, pray they ain't like dumb, bro. Jesus, man. Come on, dude. That's
Nah,
a
I guess
goddamn
we'll say-
humility.
Perhaps you get stronger in June.
Dom will say goodbye to the people.
All right, Chad's been your mom favorite midnight snack, and we will be back. Hey, man, as you see today, my co-host brothers, they're hating at my happiness. Listen, they lied to you. They lied to you when they said don't meet your idols. It's a great feeling, bro. It's a great feeling.
I'm gonna go eat. I had a good time.